Good afternoon, everybody, and guess who we got today? We got Kanaiya. Kanaiya, you are a trader here in Nairobi, and we've just been having a discussion, and you've got some bold calls, haven't you? Let's talk about gold, because obviously Vladimir's been buying all the gold he could get.
Oh, you heard that?
1,200, yes.
You heard that, yeah.
Well, it appeared to me that he was the guy, he was the buyer down below 1,200. When you saw the FX reserves being reported, he's bought a whole lot of gold. He seems to me to be trying to get out of the dollar. He's talking about creating a parallel payment system to compete with SWIFT. Look, you know, thousands of years people have been talking about killing the dollar. I'm not sure it's going to happen in our lifetime. But what are you seeing here?
In all honesty, I believe he started buying much earlier.
I'm sure he did.
And number two, he wasn't buying the futures. He wasn't buying the CFD. He was buying physical gold. That's his edge. However, when it comes time to liquidate, he's going to have a bit of a problem, because if he bought here, selling it here, that's a different price. People don't really buy physical anymore. They go into future CFDs and buy a bit of it. Nowadays, you don't have to buy the whole cake. You just buy a slice, enjoy it for some time, get in for some more and more. However, this is where it gets interesting now. So gold, we know theoretically, is a safe haven. Starting on the 5th of October, just when the Khashoggi state started, when the US stocks crashed, gold rallied.
Of course, it always is a safe haven. Ben Bernanke said, you know, why do people buy gold? They buy it because they're worried about really bad outcomes. So you're talking about the geopolitical spike.
Exactly.
But is it going higher from here?
In my honest opinion, I don't really know.
Because I saw a lot of people were getting excited when it crossed 1238, telling me, Ali Khan, 1250 next stop. But what are you seeing on that Fibonacci story?
In my honest opinion, I only draw a fib to give us the levels. A bounce of 23.6, which happened here, is a strong buy. A bounce of 38 is slightly weaker. A bounce around 50 is 50-50. We get down to 61.8, we're looking short. That's the technical side of things. But I'm going to show you something else. That's a 4-hour chart. We're going to go up to the daily. So the levels are marked there are marked because there's a very important pin bar there and a very important pin bar there. This is a very strong supply zone. This is a very strong demand zone. We're trading right in the middle. This price move right over here was organic and still is organic. This wasn't organic. This was based on fear and greed. So what I don't really know is whether we're going to come and correct it, test these levels again at the 50 fib, bounce back to 26.8, or we're going to break the 50 fib and come back to about 1180 or below 1160. So with gold right now, gold, I believe, is a very interesting asset to trade, because Trump said something very interesting during the week. What
was that?
He said that we should move back to gold as being the base
Did
currency.
he say that?
Yes,
I didn't hear him say that.
Yes, he did, but he said it in passing. It was a small 4, 5, 6 second clip on Bloomberg. I believe that's what's going to happen over here. So the reason gold is very touchy is because very few people trade oil. Only people like you who know oil, people like you who know what they're really talking about will touch oil. But everybody's running to gold, not because they know gold, but because one, it's a futures, and two, it's a safe haven. On top of that, we know that there are two players in the markets. There's the bulls and there's the bears. In reality, there are three. There's the speculators. They're the ones who are running this market, my friend. 70% of the liquidity that is happening in the markets today, especially in CFD and futures, are not only the bulls, not only the bears, but the speculators, because the speculators are neither or. Some news will come out today, half will buy, half will sell. 3/4 will buy, quarter will sell, so on and so forth. That's what's really happening over here. So I believe in the last few months, in the last few weeks, with the influx of, a lot, changing foreign policy, increase and decrease in interest rates, Trump proposing the tax cuts for middle income, the moves that are happening right now are very speculative. So it's very hard to give a technical view and also combine the fundamental view and what we know historically, but we now need to see what's really happening on both sides of the coin. So speculating or guessing what's going to happen, I don't know. But I believe this level here is quite important because liquidity has dried up, but I believe we're looking at a retest of 1220, 1221. Bounce off that, we're looking at 1260 in the next few weeks. Break of 1220, 1200, we're looking at 1180 or 1160. So depending on the trader and how they get in and out of positions, I believe this is a very good asset to trade, because not only is it now liquid, but it's very volatile. Volatile is good.
It's a pleasure.
Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.